Hey, everybody, and welcome to Physical Friday this week. This is an important week. This is the week where we have concluded the 10,000 push-up challenge. So congratulations to everyone who did the 10,000 push-up challenge. That's a remarkable achievement, whether you did 10,000 or 5,000 or 3,000, 1,000, or any number of other push-ups where it challenged you. That's what we're doing here. We're trying to build a habit and do something that's challenging and do that every single day so you build that discipline. And so many of you did. So congratulations to everybody who has completed that. I've sent out the certificates. I've sent out the stickers. If you haven't gotten yours, stand by. And if you still don't get it, make sure that you send me an email to podcast@saltwaterexperience.com, and I will make sure to get them out. I still have plenty of stickers and plenty of certificates. So this is also the week where we launch into another challenge. I have a challenge every single month of the year already laid out, planned, and ready to go for this year. So month one was the 20 for 20, 20 minutes of exercise, 20 minutes a day. The second challenge was the 10,000 push-up challenge. Now we're into our third challenge, which is a pull-up challenge. And the top goal for the pull-ups, or at least the one that I'm going to do, maybe you're more prepared than me and you want to go even more, that'd be awesome. It's 3,000 pull-ups for the month. So there's 31 days in this month, so it's under 100 a day. For easy math, let's just say it's 100 pull-ups per day. And if you're not capable of doing that or not ready for that, we can set the pull-up challenge at anything that is challenging for you. So maybe you're not ready or don't want to do 3,000 pull-ups. You could do 1,500 pull-ups, 50 a day. You could do 1,000. Or if, let's just say you're not ready to do multiple pull-ups at all, you can barely do one. Well, what if you did one pull-up a day? And that would be 30. So a 30 pull-up challenge. And that would be great, man. That would be awesome to be able to do that. When's the last time that you did 30 pull-ups in a row, day after day after day? And one of the reasons why we chose the pull-up challenge for our March challenge is because so many fishermen and hunters are listening to this show. The pull-up is a really functional movement for people that are in the outdoors. First of all, for fishermen, what would happen if you were ejected out of the boat or you fell out of the boat? Are you going to be able to get yourself back in? If you can't do a pull-up, you're going to have a hard time getting yourself back into the boat. So a pull-up is a life-saving movement. You really need to be able to do a pull-up if you're going to be active in the outdoors. You may need to climb something. You may need to get back in the boat. Maybe you fall out of the tree stand. You have to self-rescue from your harness. Could you grab hold of something and lift yourself back up into it, assisted or not? And that's what the pull-up challenge is. So hopefully that no one listening to this will ever have to resort to that. But if you did, you have the self-confidence of knowing that you could lift yourself back into the boat because you can do a pull-up. And that's very, very important. So at 100 a day, you have to kind of plan that a little bit. And there's a couple of different ways that I've been doing it myself. First of all, I put a portable pull-up bar in the office, in the place where I work, and I have pull-up bars at home as well. So, for example, the one that is at the office here where the podcast studio is, I have on a doorway. So every time we walk under that doorway, you could do a set of 5 or a set of 10. And you could do that throughout the day. And sooner or later, man, it really adds up pretty fast, and you will get your 100 pull-ups like that. And if you're doing them 5 or 10 at a time, maybe even 2 at a time, you do not get anywhere nearly as sore as if you're trying to go to failure. So that's one of the ways that we're getting them in around here. Another way is to actually get them in the workout. And so I was looking through this week's workouts, and I noticed that, I was trying to get all of these pull-ups in the morning when I'm working out, because that's what I like to do. I like to go ahead and get things over with. And so I have been putting workouts on the board that have pull-ups in them. And I either create these or I'll use CrossFit workouts that are named benchmark workouts. Like, say, for instance, we'll go back through my week. This week, I created a workout right away on Monday, which was 5 rounds of Cindy for the warm-up and a round of Cindy. There's a named workout in CrossFit called Cindy. That would be 5 pull-ups, 10 push-ups, 15 squats is a 1 round of Cindy. So we did 5 rounds of that, real nice and slow for the warm-up. So there's 25 pull-ups right there, in addition to some other exercises. And then the workout that I came up with for that day was run 400 meters, do another 5 rounds of Cindy. So now we're at 50. Run 400 meters, do another 25 pull-ups. Now we're at 75. Run 400 meters, 25 thrusters, run 400 meters, 25 pull-ups to conclude the 100 for the day. And then I just couldn't help myself, did a couple extra so that I can get ahead. That is a way that you can get it in with some sort of a workout where you just make it up, you create it on the fly like I did right there. You could also go to something like we did on Wednesday, which is a named workout by CrossFit called Angie. If you look on any sort of software that keeps track of these things, there'll be hundreds of thousands of results. This is a very popular one. Angie is one where you do 100 pull-ups, 100 push-ups, 100 ab mat sit-ups, 100 air squats, and you have to do them what's called non-partitioned. So you do the 100 pull-ups before you move on to the push-ups, and before you move on to the sit-ups, you have to do all the push-ups, and before you move on to the squats, you have to do all the sit-ups. So 100, 100, 100, 100, 400 reps, and so I got my workout in I got my pull-ups in like that, right in the workout. So whether you are doing all of your pull-ups in the morning or during your workout, or you're doing them, in a 2 rep format, or 5 rep or 10 rep, or 4 sets of 25, or whatever you're doing, it's just a different way. Lots of people like to get them in and be done with it. That's me. I would like to get them in, get done with it, and also to get ahead. I want to finish this challenge as soon as possible. So I don't necessarily want to do 100 pull-ups every single day. I'd rather do 150 pull-ups, and cut a big portion of the time off. It's fine to bank them, and it's fine to get behind if you're going to catch up. So however you want to do it is the way the pull-up challenge is set up. I hope that you are going to get into this if you want to. It is definitely an exercise in discipline. And Jocko Willink says that discipline equals freedom. And what he means by that, you can go back to all of his books, Extreme Ownership, and many of the other books, and listen to his podcast. But I think it's very profound what he is saying, that if you have the discipline to do something like this, or let's just say you have the discipline to watch your diet all the time and keep your body weight in check, you have the freedom to splurge every now and then and eat whatever you want to. If you have the discipline to do challenges like this, you have the freedom of knowing that you could get in the water and you could save yourself. You could get out of the water by being able to do a pull-up. You can take discipline equals freedom to every extreme. You can take it to every area of your life. If you have the discipline to save money and save 20% of your income for every year you're working, you have the freedom to retire with tons and tons of money, probably more than you could ever imagine. You can take it to every area of your life. But what we're trying to do here with these challenges is to develop discipline, to develop it through day-to-day actions that you don't necessarily want to do. Not everybody wants to do 100 pull-ups. Man, after a few days, you're sore, you're tired, your hands hurt, you're ripping calluses. But if you can continue to do it, you are exercising discipline. You're building mental toughness. You are building your discipline muscle, and that will pay off in every area of your life. So as we conclude this one for this week, I hope that these challenges have been exactly that, challenging for you, and you're finding that you are building discipline as we are moving through this. There'll be another challenge next month. So if you don't like the pull-up challenge, or for whatever reason you can't do it, stand by. There'll be another challenge which will not be the pull-ups. or push-ups. I can promise you that. But it will be something that will be a test of discipline. And as everything that we're doing here, you can definitely that was my phone. Wow. You can definitely scale anything that we're doing back. So if you can't do the number one top of the heap challenge, you can always scale it back and do something that works for you. All right, that's good for this week. We'll talk to you next week. See ya.